Hi guys! Since a lot of you have been asking for a tutorial on how to make a dragon base, I thought I would make one in a long form video. To make a dragon, you will of course need paper. You can use lined paper, scrap paper, blank paper, it really doesn't matter. I would suggest cardstock if you have, but I normally use scrap paper. So this is some old paper I tore out of a book, and I use these for my bases to save my blank paper for the actual dragon or face. So I will be using blank paper. You can use sellotape, but I do prefer to use hot glue because it makes it better quality and it does last a lot longer than tape dragons. And then you'll just need a pencil, scissor, and a ruler. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab one piece of paper and you're going to fold it like this in half. And we'll do this until it is kind of like a thin stick, but not too thin. So you'll fold it about 3 times in half like this. So it should look like this in the end. And you're going to make 2 of these. Okay, I made my second one off camera, but now you should have 2. It is loose, and now what you're going to do is you are going to glue this shut because that is not what you want. You can glue it with just a normal glue stick. You can tape it shut on the edges, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hot glue. So yeah. Okay, now that I have glued them shut, so they are just solid pieces of paper now, I am going to fold them in half like this. So we will do that for both of them. And what we're going to do for the second one is we are going to cut it in half like this. And this will be our jaw piece. Because if you haven't noticed, for my dragons, the jaw is quite a bit smaller than the top, just because I don't really like thick jaws. Then we're also going to cut it shorter, so this part here where you folded it in half and it meets like this, going to cut that just slightly shorter, maybe a centimeter or 2, so that it looks like this. And then you're going to glue or tape this shut again because it's open now that you've cut it. Okay, so I did just end up like taping the ends because it was just a lot easier than gluing it with hot glue. But now you should have these 2 like similar pieces, not exactly identical, but they should be able to fit into each other like this. So these will be the base of the dragon, basically. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make the cover part at the top and at the bottom. And then we're going to join them together. Okay, so for this you will need your piece of paper and a pencil. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab the base of your dragon and you're going to separate it just enough for your hand or for your 4 fingers to fit into it. Then you are going to make a dot here at the bottom, at the tip, and then at the bottom on the other side, like so. So you should have 3 little dots on your page. Then you are going to grab a ruler and you are going to connect them, like so. So now you should have a triangle. Then you're going to draw a little line at the top and then 2 little flaps going straight to the bottom. So it should look like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, or fold the page in half, and then we are going to cut this out. Okay, so now that you've cut it, you should have two pieces of the same size. So I'm going to keep them on top of each other, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it along the line that we drew. Okay, so one side and second side. Okay, so you should have two pieces. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take your base piece and you're going to put it like so in between it. And now these flaps should be on the outside and you're going to glue these down. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so once you are done, it should look like this. And this is how you will hold your dragon. Now you have the other piece which you will put on top. But before you do that, I would suggest putting the ring in for your finger. So you're going to take a small little offcut piece of paper. It can be something as small as this. You're going to cut it into just a straight piece of paper. And then you're going to fit it around your finger like this. So then I'm going to take it off. I will mark where it is. And then I'm quickly going to just glue it down. So I put a bit of glue on it. And then I'm going to glue it into a little ring. So it should look like this. I will cut all the extras off. And it should just be a simple ring that fits on your finger. Then you're going to put glue on the bottom where your finger is. I'm going to take this off because the glue will burn me through the paper. And I am going to, just give me a second. I'm going to put the glue on here. And then I'm going to put this on my finger. It is actually burning me through the paper. So I won't. I'm going to put it in there. Hopefully it's not too hot. And then slip my finger in there and then it won't fall off. And now you can glue this piece on. So give me a second. Okay, now that you've glued it, you should have something that looks similar to this. And this is the main part of your dragon. If you have these little offcuts, I would suggest just cutting them off. Especially if they are long, because it might interfere with how you use the dragon when it has its face on. But other than that, your base is done, or at least the top part is. Now you will make the jaw. But the jaw is basically the same, just without the ring. So you grab a piece of paper and you don't have to fit it to your hand this time. You just fit it to the point where it fits on the base, or it's smaller than the base, like this. Draw your 3 little dots, like so. Make sure it's smaller than your base, so it should fit like this. Meaning your dots will actually have to move just to be small enough for it, like so. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to grab your ruler and draw your lines, like so. And then you draw your little flaps, like so. Okay, you fold it in half like this, and then you cut it out. Okay, now that you have your pieces, all you do is repeat what you did for the first base, or the top base. Put them together, fold on the lines, like so. Then you get your 2 pieces, and then you will glue it on the base, like so. So I'll do that real quick. Okay, so now that I've finished, my bottom base looks something like this. And so now you should have a top and a bottom. And it should fit just like this. Now what I would suggest, or what I have done, is I cover the top of the bottom base, this part, with tape just to add a bit more stability. And then I add either a piece of cardboard or just tape along this edge of the top base. Okay, now that I'm done, it should look something like this. I've completely covered this in tape. I would prefer using masking tape, but I kind of ran out, so I just used what I had. And then I did put a little bit of tape here. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your base. Remember, the tape should be at the bottom. And you are going to tape it like this. So here we have these two pieces. You're going to put a piece of tape or a few pieces of tape here to put the bases together. Okay, and once you are done, your base should look something like this. I did add some extra tape on the inside for the stability because the jar does wobble a bit if you don't. But this is now a functional base. Doesn't look the best, but once you put the face on and the jaw face on, nobody will notice. So I hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and I hope to see some dragons from you guys soon. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments and I will try my best to answer. Okay, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye!